opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
Rick Heyman here from Starter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Starter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at starterheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
It's hard to choose a favorite at Hog Wild, but I'd have to say it's their award-winning ribs. Hog Wild buys their meat from those who share their high-quality standards, then hand rubs each slab with their famous seasoning blend and slow smokes them over hickory each and every day for flavor and tenderness you're going to keep coming back for. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
Lunch open 8, we close at 8.
Drink locally and support local business during Lincoln's Craft Beer Week, October 11th through the 18th. Great beer, cider, distillates, and more are made right here in Lincoln. For more info, visit lincoln.org/beer-week. Brought to you by Visit Lincoln. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to Oak Tree Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professional can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week wait. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Salt Mine City is your go-to brewery in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their Big Fatty 7-ounce hamburger or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R. Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese, with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is the Power Hour with two-time national champion Todd Uhlir. Powered by Window World of Lincoln and SetTheBarSups.com.
All right, welcome to the Power Hour presented by WindowWorldLincoln.com, the home of quality window siding, doors, and more, built tough like Husker Nation. It's episode 57, and we've got a lot to unpack this morning, from the crushing defeat in Minnesota last night to a powerful night ahead, an evening with Husker stars at the Norfolk VFW. I'll be there, along with some Husker greats, and something deeply personal for me as we remember my brother Matt Verzal today. So this show isn't just about football. It's about family, legacy, and strength that keeps Nebraska tough. And we're going to end today with something I'm truly passionate about, helping you push harder, go further, and recover better through a 5-day Lactigo challenge. So let's dive in. Ellie, how you doing? Let's talk some football, faith, and what it means to set the bar in every area of life. You still, I put a post out this morning. Is it Ellie there?
Yes, it's me. How are you?
I can't see. I just see me. So
I
good.
see. It's a Saturday morning, and
Yeah.
I'd rather see I'd
All
rather
right.
see you
Well,
on the
we've
screen than
got
myself
Ellie on the radio, right? And I'm
on
on
the
the
ones
screen.
and
So
twos.
that's great. Well, especially after last night, I didn't want to much go on camera myself.
Yeah,
We pregame yesterday with Terrell and Bach, and Terrell scared me, and I literally told him that, and then I texted him like in the middle of the fourth quarter. I said, "You jinxed us." Terrell was so confident about the game yesterday; it made me really super nervous. And let's just, I mean, we got thumped, right?
yeah, it was
In
bad.
no certain terms, 9 sacks. We can go through all that stuff, but at the end of the day, we lost. And I put a post out this morning. Hey, Husker fans, the sun still came up today. We've got a lot of football left. That could be a good thing. That could be a bad thing. But want to talk about maybe you know not being prepared to play, or even just being. I mean, we had 2 comeback wins, and maybe we were a little confident going into Minnesota. And didn't show up with our A game, right? Like definitely not on the offensive line or the defensive line. I think we gave up quite a few rushing yards again. I didn't think we tried to rush the ball very well. I didn't know if it's easy sitting back here watching it on TV. And unfortunately, I was at a high school football game last night, so I'm watching it on my phone. And I'm getting older now, Ellie, so my eyesight's not that great. So watching the little guys on my screen, and I planned on rewatching the game.
I don't think you want to do that.
But yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not watching any more of it. I saw enough of what I needed to see as far as that. And it's just something about PJ Fleck has Nebraska's number. He's now 7-1 versus Nebraska as a head coach. He's just got to be grinning ear to ear when he sees Nebraska on his schedule at this point, right? And that sucks. Like, we want people to fear having us on the schedule, and we're not there. We're a long ways away from that. So obviously, my dog's gonna kill my green screen. Sorry. My dog's Zeus has decided to be part of the show today. So, man, I can't get this. Sorry.
You're good. No,
Zeus.
Terrell came in this morning just to get
Mhm.
coffee at the mill, and I knew right away. He's like, he's like, last time I say anything, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. And I was like, yeah, because I wouldn't say all the opinions that I want to say, but obviously, I think I would get canceled by my own state.
I felt confident going into it. I felt like,
So
hey,
did I. Yeah.
if we take care of business, obviously losing Rocco, to injury, and who else went out? Can't think of it. Pritchett go out as well.
Yeah, he was out for targeting.
Yeah, for targeting. So, losing those guys, that's tough. But I don't. Once again, our offensive line has been exposed against Michigan. It was exposed against Michigan State. Maryland, we only gave up 1 sack, but I thought Dylan really was able to elude a lot of sacks against Maryland. And that wasn't the case last night. They really, kind of kept him in. And they were doing it with 3-man rush, 4-man rush. And they did blitz. Don't get me wrong. They have a good blitz package. But at the same token, we've got to be able to pick that. We put no pressure on them.
No.
Zero. And so it starts up front. That's where championship teams are made, or up front. I mean, the pipeline, our defensive line, we dominated up front, and that's where it all starts. And we're not there. We probably have the skill people, but at the same token, it was just a rough go up there in Minneapolis. And I really didn't think that we ran the ball a couple times, got some yards, and then tried to throw it, and it just was a debacle for the most part. And I know it's rough on the kids, and I know they'll learn from it, but how much more do we need to learn We,
No,
we've got to get the offensive line shored up sooner than later if we plan on winning another game, right?
Well, 9 sacks in itself is just
it's,
embarrassing. I was
it's
watching it with
completely
my
embarrassing.
sons, and I just kept the number just kept going up. I was like, "Oh, 7, that's awful. Oh,
Mhm.
no, here's another.
Hey,
Wait, here's another. That's 9." It's just, oh my lordy, I was cringing at every time it would go up or something would happen. I'm like, "What is happening? This is the ugliest football game I've seen in a long time."
and even when he wasn't being sacked, Dylan made some
Yeah.
pretty cool plays.
Mhm.
Don't I'm not going to reference
Yeah, we're
anybody
not
else
just
that he tried to look like,
Oh,
uh, but yeah, I'm a huge Chiefs fan anyway. So he completes a ball left-handed. He completes one over a guy falling to the turf. Those could have been sacks.
yeah.
Like that could have been at least two more. So there probably could have been. And
Mhm.
and
Make
so
it double digits at this point.
it was just I mean, from the time he said hut, he had to be just going, what is going on here, and how come we can't pick up four guys, right?
Yeah. And you could
Um,
see it from just the way that they were lining up, and, like, you could also see it from the defense. People like, announcers were calling things that were going to happen before they were going to happen just from how we were lined up and how we were set, and you could just call that, and it's just that's embarrassing in itself. They called a touchdown before it even happened,
yeah.
just before they even said hut, so it was just ugly.
So if we look at some of the stats here, the team yards, total yards for Nebraska, 213 to 339 in Minnesota. Plays, we ran 54 plays, they ran 55. Obviously, we only averaged 3.9 yards per play. They averaged 6.2, almost double this up. Penalties, 6 for 65 for us, 3 for 30. I thought obviously there was a holding penalty not called. It was
Mhm.
blatantly obvious
Yeah.
on the little screen pass, or whatever you call that pass anymore. Um, Quick pass to the flat. You could okay, he held the guy, but you could honestly say, like, and I'm just being devil's advocate here. I mean, he didn't need to hold the guy. Our guy was not going to make the tackle on that play.
No.
He was so out of position, but it was a hold. Okay,
Mm.
so you know, but at the end of the day, I refed. Like, guy wasn't going to make the play anyway. Like, so what's the So I don't know. I can't handle most of the reffing in the Big Ten anyway, so it is what it is. We never get a holding call uh, when we're on defense ever, or very seldom. I
Mhm.
think it was like 8 years in the Big Ten before there was one offensive holding call called on us. It's some astronomical number. If you look it up, it was like crazy in Big Ten play that we'd never had an offensive holding called for us. Um, and so I don't know. So, but you got to beat the refs too. It sounds like passing yards. We threw for 177. 17 to 25. They were 16 to 20. And to me, the number one, we only gave up 153 yards, which probably keep us in the top 10 of passing defense, right? Like, we're number one pass defense, but 16 to 20, just isn't. We that's a very high rate, right? 16 divided by 20. Sorry, it completed 80%. He's a redshirt freshman quarterback. Got no pressure on him. We didn't bat a pass down. We didn't do anything near what we needed to, right? Only one TD. We had no TDs and we had no touchdowns. We didn't
No
score.
touchdowns against Minnesota.
Who Purdue rushed for 230 yards on. We rushed for a total of 36 after all the sacks. Obviously, the sacks hurt that number quite a bit. We made Minnesota look like a national championship team. Well,
We
maybe not.
did.
We made them look like a top tier Big Ten team, which they are not.
Nope.
Nothing against you, Minnesota. You're just not. I mean, Ohio State beat them 42-3 or something like that. So that's a top tier Big Ten team. We made Minnesota look like a top tier Big Ten team, and they're not. So just really tough. 1.2 yards per carry. We had 29 attempts. Now 9 of those were sacks, so that hurts the average quite a bit. But they averaged 5.3. That's 3 times better than what we did. And so, just looking at, and I happened to be in Pender, Nebraska at a high school game, finished watching it at my buddy's dad's house in Pender, then drove home and listened to, all of the after game stuff and locker room, well, we'll look at the film. You don't need to look at the film. You were out of position. You were just absolutely beat up. And so is some of that the short week? Obviously, coming back from Maryland, everybody wants the East Coast, coming back on, Saturday night, really having a short week. And that's football, right? Like, I mean, the NFL, they play on Sunday and then they turn around and have to play on Thursday night. So don't tell, you have to be prepared for those things. And I hate Friday night games, by the way, because I love high school football. I'd rather be at a high school football game than watching the Huskers, especially if they're going to lose like that.
Sure.
But time of possession, really close. Again, it didn't feel like it. 28 minutes for us, 32 for them. Really didn't feel like that. It felt like they had the ball all night, and 3 of 11 on third downs. Horrible for Nebraska. 5 of 12. So we had our opportunities there, obviously. Red zone chances. We were in the red zone only 2 times. We got 2 field goals. So that's tough. And we did have 1 sack, I guess, for 2 yards. Sorry, I didn't see that one. They had 9 for a 63 yards loss. So really tough to see there. I thought special teams, obviously, flipped the field, had it down, had them pinned at the 2 or 3. I don't know. It was the 2 or 3. I can't tell. And then they drove the entire distance to the field to go ahead, 14-6, I believe, at that time, right? So yeah, just not what we wanted to see, not what we all felt. We all felt like, hey, we could win. And I did say this last week. Well, I say I feel like we can win every game out, or we could lose every game out, and we don't. So it's a 50-50 proposition. Northwestern coming in next week. Home, at least it's home. We got a full week to prepare. Actually, more than a full week to prepare. They'll take an off day today. Be back in to their Fix It Sunday or whatever they call it, and get prepared for Northwestern. Not sure who's Northwestern play today. We'll see. We'll look that up. But it's going to be a rough go. And for some reason, going up to Minnesota just does not do us any favors, and it hasn't. So, but I look forward to some new guys on the line. Probably we're gonna have to see. It's time to put somebody else in. I know we're paying some big money. Northwestern's playing Purdue this week, so at 2 p.m. on Big Ten Network. So, and we'll check out some of these key lineups here in the next segment. But some of that we've got to regroup. We've got to refocus. A lot of it's going to be mindset. I think was this loss more a talent loss? Was it a coaching loss? Was it a mindset loss?
All of the above.
I don't think it's a talent issue. I think we have the talent. We've proven that.
We've shown it, yeah.
That we have talent, and we just may not have enough talent on the offensive line and defensive line right now.
Nope.
And so talent could be. Was it coaching? I said as soon as the Penn State guy was fired and Matt Rule was brought up, I said this is the worst timing for Nebraska to have this come out. Because you got Paul Feinbaum, who I cannot stand.
What is he doing?
Because he hates Nebraska.
Yeah.
Right? And he hates the Big Ten in general. He's an SEC guy. The only reasonable it will be Matt Rule. That's my best Paul Feinberg impersonation. Absolutely does nothing for our program but distract them. And I listened to the player interviews. Was there? No, we weren't distracted. You were distracted. In the 3 years God blessed me to be a Husker, we didn't have any of that kind of talk ever. It was talk about winning national championships, right? And so you can't say that it did not distract our guys. It was definitely a distraction when your head coach is being talked about the way he's been talked about all week, and it's not Matt Rule's fault. It's not his fault. It's the media. It's Kraft deciding he's going to fire this guy, after 6 games. And I said, well, Matt better win out if he wants the job, right? Like, in my opinion. And so last night didn't do him any favors with Penn State fans by any means. So there was a lot of pressure on that game. And I just think it absolutely was a distraction. And I may be wrong. I've been wrong about a lot of things. And I just think it had to weigh on some of the players that it was brought up as much as it was brought up. And I don't even think if Matt comes out and says, I'm absolutely staying here, it's still a distraction, right?
Yeah.
And he didn't obviously come out and say, hey, I'm committed to Nebraska. I'm going to stay here. And that's fine. And I thought he handled it well. I just hated that he had to handle it at all.
Yeah.
Because it was the absolute worst time. We're 5-1, just like we were last year. We could have been bowl eligible last night. All these things that that the team is striving for, and I don't think any of us thought we were going to come out and be. I did pick us to be 11-1. So obviously my pick is dead at this point. But that's just being. Just
You're optimistic.
Loving my Huskers and want to see the best for them, right? I don't want to pick against them. I will say, Terrell Farley, you will pick against Nebraska every single week from here on out. And if you don't, I'm going to make you.
Yeah.
I'm still bigger than you, Terrell. I'll get that arm behind your back and make you pick against us. Because, I couldn't believe he picked against us last week against Maryland. No, we're going to lose. And I'm like, we are? And then we won. So I was like, all right, Terrell, you got to pick it. And then he was so confident. And it's obviously not Terrell's fault, but you know how that goes. So
the
yes,
one time that he's actually positive.
And I did. And if you go back and listen to our 20-minute pregame segment yesterday, I was blown away by Bach and Terrell's optimism. I'm like, man, PJ Flex 6-1 against us. We struggle in Minnesota. Like, I'm not so sure about this, and they're, oh no, we're showing all these signs, and everybody's moving. And I did think that the offensive line did show that they were progressing last week against Maryland, but obviously Minnesota had a great game plan, exposed us at a unbelievable level that almost felt like a college team playing against a high school team on all, it just did. It just I don't know. There's not many teams that give up 9 sacks, especially if you think that you're going to be an elite team, right? And once again, I think Dylan did do last week, got away from some of those potential sacks. And so it might have been a skewed stat last week that we only gave up 1 sack. And we saw that, but it's like, okay, he's getting a little more elusive. There was no elusiveness last night. Like the couple plays he did make, awesome. But just going to be an interesting week. I think obviously the distraction of the Penn State job should be probably far gone now.
That's the last of your concerns right now. At this point,
Yeah.
you're just like trying not to shiver at the thought that you lost that bad to a Minnesota team.
Yeah, and just one of those, took us out behind the woodshed and gave us everything we wanted and more.
Mhm.
So it's about coming back, and we've got 5 more games, right? And it's not going to get any easier,
No.
right? Northwestern beat Penn State at home at Penn State, right? So then we take on USC, who looks pretty darn good, right? And then I mean, they're playing Notre Dame today. They're ranked 20, so we do get them at home, and that's good. Then we travel out to UCLA. That's 2 time zone difference. We're seeing this with the Big Ten when you travel. Obviously the travel to Minneapolis was an hour flight, so it's not crazy or anything, but we're seeing this long travel is really affecting teams in the Big Ten. So we go out to and then we turn around and we go to the other side of the country and go to Penn State, right? And who I think you're going to see Penn State bounce back. They got Iowa today. They could put 100 on Iowa.
Mhm.
They have the talent to put 100 on Iowa. I don't know what happened against UCLA and Northwestern for Penn State, obviously, but they have a lot of talent on that team, and so we'll see how they bounce back today with an interim coach, and that's going to be a game to watch. And then obviously we finish with Iowa. So you're looking at, can we get bowl eligible? I think last year we kind of fell in the same thing. We had UCLA come in. If we beat UCLA, we get bowl eligible. We didn't beat UCLA, right?
Mhm.
And then then we went on that, then we lost, and then we lost, and it's like, okay, we got Wisconsin at home. Thank goodness we beat Wisconsin, right, and got bowl eligible. So that's what I'm looking at right now is how do we get bowl eligible at this point? Really, this week is the week to do it.
Exactly.
And it's exactly the same scenario we were in last year. So
Yep.
it's absolutely deja vu. Husker fans, I love you all. You're so great, and we don't, going through this every year. It just seems like, and it's been tough. So we'll see what goes on here. Well, I think were we 5-0 when we played Indiana? Or did we lose before Indiana last year? I can't remember. It's just
I
going to be
think
really interesting. If we're going to be in a fight for our lives to get bowl eligible at this point. If we could have come out and dominated Minnesota, we start being feared a little bit more. And now, absolutely, I mean, I would love to be a rush in playing us. I can't wait, right?
that would be
I
good.
cannot wait to play Nebraska to pad my sack stats, right?
Mhm.
And work my way up on the draft board if I'm a senior. I mean, we played 2 freshmen last week, right? And I know they were leading the Big Ten in sacks, but still, they were freshmen, right? So
Exactly.
we're not going to face, all freshmen DNs coming in trying to kill us. So I think that's going to be so. I thought I don't know what the highlights of the game would have been. I mean, obviously, our kicker making 2 field goals. I guess that's the highlight.
He did great.
Did great.
Clean game.
I thought Archie punted well.
Mhm.
Special teams, it's probably going to be the highlight of this game for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And then are we going to learn more in defeat? Than we would have in victory. And maybe that was something last week, getting out with a victory. Maybe that didn't help us learn, right? So we need to learn from this defeat. We need to come back and choose how to respond, right? Are we going to get better from it, or are we going to get down from it? So I'm hoping that the coaching staff and all the players want to get better from it and learn from it and take responsibility, right? For missed opportunities, missed tackles, missed blocking assignments, that kind of stuff. And it still kind of comes down. I still think we could have tried to run the ball earlier. Like once again, I think Emmett had quite a few yards, but he only got 14 carries. Right? That should have been a game where Emmett potentially had 30 carries, 300 yards. Right? Like, I mean, with Purdue putting 230 on them, I thought for sure, we're going to have at least 100 plus yards rushing just out of Emmett. Didn't happen. So All right, so we're going to go to break. And so tonight, fans are going to be able to connect face-to-face with some Husker greats who lived all these lessons. Obviously, we didn't go through very many losses. But we're going to shake this loss off, and we're going to look forward because, like I said, we get to celebrate with some of the best ever to do it. And, who were all about tradition, toughness, and togetherness. So we'll talk about that next when we come back from the break. You're listening to the Power Hour here on 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in season? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Rick Heyman here from Starter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Starter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at starterheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Get in and win with Limitless Male Medical, the men's health experts. We are the proven leaders in testosterone and peptide therapy. Don't play around with a sub-shop franchise that just popped up. At Limitless Male, this is serious medicine. Full lab panels, real providers, years of experience focused only on men's health. Don't be fooled by crash course owners. Trust the team that knows hormones inside and out. Limitless Male Medical. Your health is not a game.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
I can't believe I just scratched that card. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krikak, today at 402-474-1173.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
The temperature and leaves are falling daily, so that means it's time for a new pair of shoes for the fall season from Brown's Shoe Fit. Now through October 31st, take $15 off any regularly priced fall shoes and boots. Brands like Keen, Oboz, Echo, Taos, and Atrex all $15 off. Some exclusions may apply. See store for details. This is the sale you've all been waiting for, so get down to Brown's Shoe Fit on 66th and Q.
If the power is out, traffic lights might be too. If you come across a dark intersection, treat it like a four-way stop. See more tips at les.com/safety.
Back to the Power Hour with Todd Uhlir on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back. This segment is fueled by setthebarsups.com because even legends need recovery, energy, and focus. And tonight in Norfolk, that's exactly the kind of energy we're bringing. So that evening with Husker Stars, it's going to be awesome at the Norfolk VFW, 306 Brosh Avenue. Who's going to be there? Can you guess, Ellie? Who's going to be there? Who's some Husker Stars?
Coming all the way to Norfolk.
Yeah, Norfolk.
Great committed people. That's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking.
Heisman Trophy winner Johnny Rodgers going to be there. All right. So former NFL receiver DeMornay Pearson's going to be here. It's love that these guys are coming to my town, right? So Keithan McCant, our former quarterback and CFL quarterback, and then three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson will be up here, the captain. Will be good to see him. So this event is at 316 Brosh Avenue at the VFW in Norfolk. Doors open at 5 p.m. Tickets are $20. I believe you can get them at the door. You can also go on my Facebook page and go to, I've got the link there. My Facebook's just at Todd Uhlir, UHLIR. The panel will run from 6 to 10 and then autographs after the panel is done. So I will be there as well. I don't know how many autographs I'll be giving, but if you want it, awesome. My son may also join me. He's in town. Since he was off from yesterday till tomorrow, he came back to town to hang out. I think he did a little coyote hunting last night. We'll see. I haven't heard from him yet this morning, so we'll see. He's
too
still
early for.
Yeah, it's too early. Well, he's used to getting up at 6 o'clock every morning.
When you can sleep in, take advantage.
Yeah, and I think he stayed out pretty late last night. I don't know. I was in bed before midnight, but he still wasn't home. So we'll see what time he decides to grace us with his presence. But no, super excited. We did this a couple years ago with the pipeline. It was an awesome event. So many people support it. And then, this is obviously to help support some of the NIL stuff. A lot of the proceeds go to that. And it's just a really good event to get, former Huskers and hear their stories and, have people ask questions and what was this like or what was that like, right? So great lineup tonight. So if you're in the Norfolk area or you want to come see these guys, see myself, come on out. So we're excited about that. And as long as it goes good, I think we're going to try to do an event every year up here in Norfolk and get different Huskers because, Northeast Nebraska is huge. Like I see so many people when I go to games, I see so many people from Northeast Nebraska down there. So let's talk about some key matchups today in college football. Number one, Tennessee, Alabama today. Alabama's 5-1. Tennessee's 5-1. Tennessee lost to Georgia and is ranked 11. Alabama lost to Florida State, who's no longer ranked, and they're ranked number 6. You gotta love to be Alabama, right? Mm-hmm. How does that make any sense at all? Like I don't understand. Missouri plays Auburn, number 16 Missouri. LSU and Vanderbilt once again. LSU. These SEC teams get some pretty favorable rankings. That will be a good one. That starts here shortly, in about 25 minutes. LSU at Vanderbilt. That should be a really good game potentially. I go for the underdog. I'm going for Vanderbilt. I just don't like LSU. Period. Even though Joe Burrow's from there. That's about the only time that I wanted him to do well because his older brother Jamie was a Husker. His dad coached in Nebraska. Jamie and my little brother Tyrone are really good friends, so was rooting for Joe, and I was rooting more for Joe than for LSU when he was there. But and I'm just not a Brian Kelly fan whatsoever. Georgia Tech, number 12, was playing Duke. Oklahoma's got South Carolina. Can Oklahoma bounce back from getting absolutely destroyed last week by Texas? And I mean destroyed. So Ohio State, Wisconsin, that could be really crazy lopsided. That's typically a really good game. I don't think it will be. Wisconsin is struggling. We kind of wish they were on our schedule this year. That's
always a game that I like to watch, though.
It is. I mean, it's typically always you're going to get the best effort out of Wisconsin anytime they play. Any team playing Ohio State, you're going to get their best effort, right?
Mm-hmm.
Typically. Indiana. Kurt Signetti just signed a $93 million guarantee, like 100% guaranteed for 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
They locked him up. And first of all, I don't think he's doing it for the money, but good for him for getting paid. He has done something almost unimaginable in college football and taken a team like Indiana, and they're ranked number 3. And it's just crazy. So it's awesome. No 5 stars on his roster.
Nope.
None. We, I don't know how many we have. Not very many. I know Dylan was a 5-star. I don't know anybody else that was a 5-star, to be honest. But that is pretty crazy. Now, Texas A&M's ranked number 4. They're playing Arkansas. Arkansas just fired their coach, I think, as well. I believe there's a vacancy there, or maybe he was fired before. But that's typically, it's at Arkansas. I know Arkansas. It's the SEC. It's just like the Big Ten. Anybody can beat anybody at any time. It's 2:30 this afternoon. Ole Miss versus Georgia. Going to be a good one, right? It's at Georgia. That's going to be a bloodbath, I think. As far as and I thought that too. I watched the Georgia Tennessee game. Tennessee should have won that game, and that's, once again, I don't know how they're ranked below Alabama when they should have. I mean, they all but had that game won and gave it away. And so they lost to a 9th-ranked Georgia. Alabama lost to Florida State, who is not ranked anymore. They're 3-3. Don't get it. So it is what it is. I can't change it.
I have a question for you. Talking about rankings and things like that. There's so many. You could call them memes or whatever. Like comments that people make. Nebraska gets ranked. Finally, and everyone is so excited. We're finally ranked. What were you when you saw that we were ranked? What were your thoughts? Do you think it was a valid ranking, or what was going into your brain?
Yeah, I think for sure what we had accomplished. Our work up to that point at 5-1. It's going to be interesting to see what Maryland does the rest of the year. Going to be interesting, and then obviously Michigan State went out and got their butts handed to them by UCLA. Rankings are crazy to me. I would, did we deserve it at that time? We're 5-1, probably deserved a ranking. We were ranked below Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we beat Cincinnati. How are we ranked below that?
It just amazes me the way that Nebraska fans were reacting to the ranking. Like, this was like almost almost, the keyword almost, the equivalent of winning a national championship at that point. It's like the standing and the amount of people that were coming in going like, "Yes, this is the best thing ever. We're so back. This is so awesome." In my head, I'm always like, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, but we were ranked. I just need them to show me why they were ranked. Clearly, that did not happen.
Well, and I think we could win out and not be ranked.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess beating USC, who is ranked, they may not be ranked if they lose to Notre Dame today. They're ranked number 20. They're 5-1. They lose to Notre Dame today. They'd probably fall out of the rankings. So nobody left on our schedule is ranked except for USC. And so we could beat every single team out and still not potentially be ranked.
Nope.
Just because we honestly, this is the year we've said the schedule is down.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people that picked Minnesota to beat us. Preseason, they said we had, and so getting that 25th ranking only gave Minnesota more reasons to beat us, right? So I would have liked to seen us stayed out of it until we actually proved it, right? We haven't beat a ranked team for a while.
A long time.
So how do you get ranked if you can't beat a ranked team? Like beating non-ranked teams should not get you ranked, right?
That's where I'm glad you brought that up, because that's exactly what I've been thinking. It's like, okay, we got this ranking, but I feel like there should be more things that we did to deserve that ranking.
And I do think by the end of the year, it all shakes out, right? Everybody plays everybody, and it does shake out, and we do. I thought we probably got at least 10 of the best 12 teams available in the playoff last year. Obviously, with Boise State showing up the way they did, that probably could have been a different team. And SMU, they got they got steamrolled by Penn State, I believe. Absolutely steamrolled them. So those two teams were really, but they were tied in because they won their conference, right? So rankings are interesting. So we'll see. Cincinnati's got Oklahoma State today, so that's not going to help us any when they beat a 1-5 team. Well, and then I didn't even watch this game at all. I didn't even realize this game I knew it was going on last night, but I just seen this. Louisville upset number 2 Miami, so obviously they're going to fall. They won 20. Yeah. Us Husker fans didn't realize this was going to go on. Like, I didn't even realize that happened last night, guys. I was watching the wrong game.
Because you obviously have a number 2 team. Yeah. God forbid people put trust in a football team.
Right.
And hopefully you just go about your day knowing that, not knowing, but hoping or just assuming.
Yeah, I just assume that, and that was in Miami. Louisville went into Miami and beat Miami 24-21 last night. I just literally scrolled to the score, and that's the first time I've seen it. So you're getting my live reaction to holy cow, college football is crazy, guys. So anybody can beat anybody. I don't know what was Louisville's record. I'm going to go look. They only had one loss. They weren't ranked either, right? Oh. They were 4-1, or maybe they were 5-1. I don't know. It says 5-1 versus.
Let's talk about them. Everybody wants to talk about Nebraska. What we're doing, yes. Nebraska. Well, let's go to Louisville.
So we were ranked 25, and we lose to Minnesota, who was 4-2. Miami's ranked number 2, and they lose to a 5-1 Louisville team. So hey, it could be worse, guys. Could be worse. Granted, it was only by 3 points. We didn't lose by 3 points. So I'm trying to always look at the bright side of stuff, guys.
Yeah.
But those are some of the key matchups. So USC Notre Dame game is going to be fun. That's always a fun game. It's at Notre Dame. Definitely be looking at it's on NBC tonight. So obviously, all the home games in Notre Dame are on NBC. It seems like, I guess that's kind of a tie in there. But yeah, going to be a great day of football. I'm going to be helping set up and do different things all day, so I'll be probably catching a lot of this stuff on my phone during with this evening with the Husker Stars. So I'm sure the BFW has plenty of TVs, and we'll have some football on there as well. So make sure you come out, and if you're in the area, come out and join us. $20 a ticket. It'll
Make
be
the
a lot
drive
of
out
fun.
there. It's a beautiful drive.
Beautiful drive, great weather. Walked Zeus this morning, and just I've had some of the best like little videos of the sun and all that stuff every morning with Zeus. Today was 309 weeks in a row that I've completed at least 20 minutes of exercise every single day. And so, it's just about, that's a non-negotiable for me. It's going to get done. And then just having kind of the scenery that I've had right now with the leaves changing and all that stuff. It's been a lot of good getting out, walking Zeus in the morning. So
good weather. Everybody just go a walk around the block. It never hurts. And it actually makes me feel way better about myself than if I were to not do a walk around the block.
Yes. So, all right. Well, we're going to go to break, and when we come back, just remembering my brother, Husker brother, Matt Verzal, and the Power of Legacy. And then we'll just talk a little bit about this 5-day challenge that we're running. And we'll talk about that and close up the show. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back here on the Power Hour on 93.7 The Ticket.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
It's hard to choose a favorite at Hog Wild, but I'd have to say it's their award-winning ribs. Hog Wild buys their meat from those who share their high-quality standards, then hand rubs each slab with their famous seasoning blend and slow smokes them over hickory each and every day for flavor and tenderness you're gonna keep coming back for. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Limitless Male says it's all fun and games until your testosterone plummets. Testosterone levels can start falling as early as age 30 with symptoms like no energy, poor sleep, brain fog, belly fat, muscle loss, and mood swings. If this sounds familiar, get your testosterone checked at Limitless Male. We'll get you back in the game with more strength, energy, and confidence. When you feel this good, you'll wonder why you waited so long to get a free consult at Limitless Male. Get scheduled today.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in season? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Drink locally and support local business during Lincoln's Craft Beer Week, October 11th through the 18th. Great beer, cider, distillates, and more are made right here in Lincoln. For more info, visit lincoln.org/beer-week. Brought to you by Visit Lincoln. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
Nutrition Authority invites you to check out the all-new Epic Effects. Epic Effects is designed to blast body fat, curb cravings, and provide the smooth energy to get you through the day. Home of free samples and better than internet pricing, Epic Effects can only be found at Nutrition Authority. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth. 93.7 The Ticket. Back to the Power Hour with Todd Uhlir. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we're back, and this is the final segment here on the Power Hour, and I just want to remember my Husker brother Matt Verzal as they are doing a memorial as we speak for him in Omaha. Was just not able to make everything happen, so my heart goes out to him and everybody, remembering what he meant to not just the Huskers, but his family, his community of Omaha, his broadcasting, all the stuff that he did, his business. Was just a great guy, and he's definitely going to be missed. So, one of the guys that kind of just always pepped me up. He was an offensive lineman. He was on the scout team with me. He showed up every day with, ready to go to work, even though we got destroyed most of the time. It was not a lot of fun. So his perseverance, his loyalty, and then just making each day count, right? So you don't know when God's going to call you, so you got to make the most of what you have right now. So, and I think a lot of his influence, continues with everything that I do, from coaching to our community, to the Power Hour itself. So, but I just, once again, just want to remember him, what a great person he was and how much he will be missed. So, but yeah, so tough one. Lost another friend, had a funeral last Friday for another friend that was 47 years old. So, 51 and 47, I'm going to be 51. It makes you really look at, hey, what am I living each day to the most? So, and then I kind of want to transition into, before we got to go, because I don't have a lot of time, I know that. I want you to channel that same drive. I discovered a product unlike anything I've ever used before, and I'm not saying that lightly, guys. I get approached. I'm in the fitness business. I get approached with different products weekly and sometimes daily with people. Hey, you got to try this. You got to try this. And I'm kind of like Mikey. Ellie doesn't know who Mikey is because she's too young. Mikey would try anything. He was a life cereal. He'd let Mikey try it. I have been chasing optimum performance for 40 years. Since I got into training and that kind of stuff, I've been absolutely after, how do I maximize my performance? How do I optimize my performance? How do I do the things that I need to? And this product, Lactigo, is absolutely been a game changer for me over the past 11 months. I've been using it for 11 months. And so, I've introduced it to probably over 300 people personally. And now I just think everybody needs to try this. And so I put together a 5-day challenge. You can go to 5daychallenge.live, LIVE, and join that 5-day challenge. Go check it out. You're going to train harder, recover faster, live longer, live stronger. And it's literally a product that's changed my life. So I want you guys to check that out. If you'll purchase 2 bottles of the product, and I will walk you through personally, day by day, how to use it for the most benefit. I've like I said, I've never found anything that I ever wanted to, attach my name to at this level. And so super excited about it. So go to 5daychallenge.live, get signed up, get your Lactigo, test it, put it to the test, prove me wrong. Nobody has been able to prove me wrong yet. And like I said, 200 to 300 people I've introduced it to absolutely love it. So I appreciate you guys for joining, for listening. We'll be back maybe next week, Ellie. We don't know what time the game's going to kick off yet.
They need to get on it, because I plan my whole Saturday.
Right.
I've been asking people, I'm like, when do you think that's going to happen? Oh, we don't know. Well, I need you to know.
If we're not here at 10 a.m. next week, I'll definitely be on the pregame show. You can catch me on Window World Wednesdays on Bach in the Black Shirt from 1 to 3. But otherwise, you can come out, meet me tonight in Norfolk at the VFW. Once again, appreciate you guys for listening. It's always, my pleasure to bring my insight to the world of Husker football and, just mindset training, that kind of stuff. So thanks for tuning in. And as always, thank you to Window World Lincoln and Set the Bar Subs for powering the Power Hour. And until next week, go Big Red. And here's to the legacy of Matt Verzal. Love you, buddy.
If the power is out, traffic lights might be too. If you come across a dark intersection, treat it like a four-way stop. See more tips at les.com/safety.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills